Hello and happy MOVEmber. Gentlemen, it's time to get into gear and get your mojo going with some exercise. Today we have a circuit for you that you can try at home and it should take less than 15 minutes to complete. You can start by performing 2 of the warm-ups for about a minute each, and then cycle through the 4 exercises 1 to 3 times depending on your ability. So let's get started. So we're going to start our exercise in sitting today. First, feet nice and hip width apart. And what we're going to do is reach down towards the floor, rounding the back, the neck, the head, and then taking a nice breath in, reaching up towards the sky, straightening up through the back, through the shoulders here, and even looking up if you can. Going one more time on the exhale down. Remember to go within your comfortable range of motion, coming back up. So even if you can only go halfway and you stop right there, that's fine too. And we'll repeat that 10 times. Now what we're going to do is stand up. Make sure that you have a little bit of room on both sides. Feet are hip width apart again. We're going to take a medium-sized step to the side and twist that direction. Good. Notice that strong foot planted. Good. Coming back. Feet together again. And then we're going to step to the other direction. So we're stepping left and twist. Back to the middle. Let's cue the breath this time. So we're taking a step and exhaling as we go. Good. Big breath back in. And then exhaling, step to the left. Good. So we can do that 5 times each side and we'll be done our warm-ups. So the first exercise that we'll do is called the bridge. You can do this one on any firm surface like a carpeted floor or a gym mat if you have one. And if not, you can use a bed as well. So you begin on your back with your feet hip width apart and you can slide your heels towards your bottom. If you're having any knee pain, you can straighten the knee just a little bit as well. Now you begin by tucking the tummy in, driving through your heels, and pushing your hips up toward the ceiling. Just like that. You should be feeling a squeeze in the glutes, and lowering the hips back down. Good. So we'll do that 20 times, and you can take breaks as needed. For those of you that find this easy, you can hold that position up, and we're going to try lifting one knee. Now make sure that your hip's not dropping when you do that, and you can bring the leg down, and try the other side. Just like that. So the next exercise that we have here is called the bird dog. You begin on your hands and knees, with your knees hip width apart, and your fingertips in line with your shoulders. Next, you begin by tightening up the core, and you can raise one leg to straighten it towards the back of the room. Common mistake here is lifting the hip. So you want to make sure that you keep those hips level, as if you've got a cup of water on your back. Next, once you're comfortable here, take the opposite arm and reach up towards the other end of the room. Nice and long and straight. Common mistake here is the shoulder will ride up towards the ear. So what you can do is you can set that shoulder back and be strong right in the center of your back here. Good. And then you switch sides. Lots of control. Very long and straight, nice and balanced, can't even move. Next, for those of you that do have some wrist or knee pain and might not find this position comfortable, we have a second option. So you can stand up with the back of a chair in front of you, just make sure that the chair doesn't slide. Now, you should be balanced on one leg. So standing on your right here, slight bend in the knee, and a light forward lean. You can straighten the back leg. And notice we're on an angle here. And then once you're comfortable here, you can reach up with the opposite arm. Again, you want to make sure that the hips are even and that that shoulder is tucked back. Then you can change sides. It's nice to hold these for about 10 seconds each. And then you can do 3 aside. For those of you that find it easy, you can try 20 seconds. Good, and done. So our next exercise is the all-time favorite push-up. You can start this one on your knees with your hands a little bit wider than your shoulders. Gently tuck your elbows in, and that'll be the starting position. Now the idea is to lower yourself down to the ground and try to lean forward with your chest, right through here, and pushing yourself back up. For those of you that might find this easy, and you've seen them before, you may want to work on your toes, so you'll be lifting the knees off the ground. A little bit harder. And for some of you that find this a little bit difficult, we can actually position ourselves on the wall. So So you can find a nice piece of wall there, and again position your arms in the same way. Go ahead. So just wider than the shoulders, elbows tucked in, and a little bit up on the toes there. Now if you don't have a convenient wall, you can also use a countertop, just make sure that it's sturdy. Okay. Now the thing to watch out for in all of your push-ups is that your hips stay in line with your body, and that they don't hang down. Like that. So our last exercise as part of the circuit is a good old squat. Start by positioning your feet shoulder width apart and your toes gently turned out. You may find that it's easier to do it with a wider stance. Now, you begin by sitting back with the hips and allowing your knees to bend, trying to keep the chest up. 90 degrees is considered a pretty good range of motion, and then you squeeze the glutes and rise back up. For those of you that find this a little bit easy, you can challenge yourself to go lower, nice and slow, and pushing back up. Now, if you don't feel confident here yet, what you can do is position a chair behind you so that you can sit back into the chair. So again, nice and slow, all the way down, keeping the core engaged, leaning forward and rising back up. Just like that. So hopefully you've enjoyed these exercises, and if you have any further questions, you can come see us at Physiomobility at the shops in Domino's.